YouTube. I have a quick question for you guys, and it's not really a question that any of you know the answer to, but it's just a question, to get you guys thinking. Basically, I have some Queen's Beasts here. Of all of my bullion coins, the Queen's Beasts are my favorite. I like them for a few reasons, but I like them the most for one particular reason, and that is the entry point is pretty decent, I suppose. Right now you can get this dragon, for example, for about $40. That's on par with getting 2 American Silver Eagles. So for those of you that support the American Silver Eagle stacking strategy, this isn't far out of reach. Now, I've never tried to sell one of these Queen's Beasts, so I don't know what kind of premium they get back when you sell them back, but that's aside from the point. The other thing I like about the Queen's Beasts are that they are part of a series, and as we know, things in a series generally gain some traction throughout the series, and people want to collect backwards. So they want to go back in time and get the first one, which was this lion, or the second one, which was this griffin, and that gives you appreciation potential. So these are a bullion coin that is on par with the American Silver Eagle, but it varies as time goes on, and therefore also gives you an appreciation value that the Silver Eagles do not. Now, I know there are Silver Eagles out there that are worth a bunch, and depending on the mintage, depending on the age, stuff like that, depending on the condition, some Silver Eagles can command quite a premium, but these haven't been around long enough, to test those waters. But I feel like they may be that way in the future. Another interesting thing about these Queen's Beasts isn't the coin itself, but it's what they represent. So we already know what the 10's Queen's Beasts are going to be. So the Queen's Beasts, they're these giant wooden statues, basically, that were created by some master artisan that are representing different images or different symbols that were found on various royal crests throughout the history of England. For example, that's why you have the Lion of England, and then you have the Griffin of Edward III. So these beasts are associated with a certain historical past. I find that interesting, but the cool thing is that we know what the 10 will be. And if they're following the trajectory that they have been now, where they're coming out with like 2 a year or something like that, then that means we have 7 left, so we should have 3.5 more years until the final one comes out, if they continue on the same path. And the reason I like these, and this is going to sound a little morbid, basically the Queen turned 91 this year. If she follows in her mother's footsteps, she could live till 101, which is how old her mom was when she died. But say she doesn't. What happens to this series? Can they still print the Queen on the back? I don't know. So I guess what I'm trying to get at is, if the Queen dies sometime before this series completes, 1, will it ever be completed? 2, if they do complete it after her death, will they continue to put her face on the back? And 3, what will happen to the price of these coins? I just kind of wanted to bring that up. I've asked it in various live chats. I've asked it on other YouTubers' channels. I've tried to find out what other people's opinions are about this, but I kind of wanted to see what you guys thought about this. What happens to this series if the Queen dies? I don't know. And what happens to the price of these coins if she dies? It's gonna be an interesting ride, and I really do hope that the Queen lives to be 101. I hope she lives to be, I would never wish anybody a death or anything, and she seems to come from a bloodline that has crazy long life expectancy, and I would imagine that's because she's royalty. She has unlimited money, unlimited healthcare, unlimited whatever, so she can probably hold on for quite some time. But to start a 10 coin series this late in her life, 91 years is a very long time. I'm curious what will happen. They are called the Queen's Beasts, after all. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Kind of a weird video, but I appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.